Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another video. So yeah, in this video I'm going to be talking about my top 10 favourite movies from the year 1975. Looking back over this year, this was probably the one year where I've probably seen the least amount of movies that came out from this year. But of the 10 I've picked, I think all 10 of these are exceptional, and just brilliant films. Yeah, just absolutely fantastic movies. But yeah, like I always say in these videos, guys, this is just my personal top 10 favourite list. There's no right or wrong to this. Your 10 favourite movies from this year are going to different, and so they should. But yeah, these are just my 10 favourite movies from 75. I'm going to leave a list of the honourable mentions, although I don't think there's going to be many. Yeah, going to leave a list of those down below. And again, these are just all in accordance with IMDb. All got 1975 against their name. So yeah, that being said, going to kick it off with number 10. So coming in at number 10, guys, we've got Robert Altman's Nashville. Really awesome movie, sort of focusing on the country music from the mid-70s. Yeah, this is a movie that focuses mainly on character rather than story. There's just a huge plethora and eclectic range of characters in this movie, too many to mention. But like I said, the story kind of takes a bit of the backseat. It's kind of just what these characters are going through and what they're dealing with in this industry and at the time period as well. The movie's a lot of fun. It's really long. I think it clocks in at nearly 3 hours. But yeah, it's a movie I enjoy. I have fun with the cast and the characters. And yeah, the movie's just a little bit of a delight. So yeah, that is my number 10 pick, Robert Altman's Nashville. So coming in at number 9, guys, we have Charles Bronson in Hard Times. Yeah, this was a really cool movie. I like it. It's kind of like a precursor to Fight Club. You could definitely see how this movie influenced that one. Definitely with the main plot and the themes going on in the film. But yeah, it's just this gritty, awesome, violent movie I really enjoy. Obviously with Charles Bronson, this is the movie he did, I think after Death Wish. You've also got James Coburn in there as well, but it's just follows the underground fighting scene where people just fight and make money from it. And yeah, it's just Charles Bronson just finds himself doing that to just try and get the best out of the situation that he can. And it's just a really gritty and violent movie that I just really enjoy. So yeah, that is my number 9 pick, Hard Times. So coming in at number 8, we've got a Stanley Kubrick movie, and this movie is part of a Blu-ray box set that I have. So yeah, the Kubrick movie I've picked at number 8 is Barry Lyndon, starring Ryan O'Neal. This is kind of Kubrick's take on a period drama, in my opinion. Yeah, it's probably one of my least favourite movies by him, but I do still really like it. I do still enjoy the epicness of it. I love the visual design of the movie. The cast is great. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more Leonard Rossiter in the film. But yeah, it is still a really good movie, and it just is visually stunning. I think Kubrick kind of sort of made a masterpiece in every genre, in my opinion. And this is, like I said, is sort of his take on the period drama. And yeah, it's a fun movie. It's not for everyone. It's not going to be to everyone's taste. But there's nothing in the movie that is like it's nowhere near as disturbing as Clockwork Orange or anything like that. But it's its own thing. And yet it has Stanley Kubrick's fingerprints all over it. You know it's his movie. But yeah, that's all I can really say about it. So yeah, that is my number 8 pick, Barry Lyndon. So coming in at number 7, guys, we've got Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Yeah, this is one I remember hearing about so much as a child, but not having actually seen it. And then I think when I was in my sort of early teens, I finally got around to watching all the Python movies, and this one being the second one that they released. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I really like it. It's not one I go back to a hell of a lot. There was a time when I actually watched this movie twice in one day, and on the second viewing, it was a real struggle to get through. So yeah, it's not one I go back to a hell of a lot, but I've got to be in the mood for watching it. But there are moments of absolutely hilariousness in this film. It really cracks me up. But Monty Python is not for everyone. It's all down to your taste in humour at the end of the day. But yeah, for me, this is one that I really enjoyed. The first time I watched it, I didn't really like the ending. It just went way too off the rails for me. But I've grown to love it over the years, and yeah, I have fun with this film. You can tell this is a movie that they had fun making, and yeah, it definitely shows. So yeah, that is Monty Python and the Holy Grail. So coming in at number 6, guys, we've got the Rocky Horror Picture Show. This was one of these movies that, well, the earliest movie for me that I remember watching and just thinking, what the hell was that? It was so weird, so strange, so unique in the story, in how it looked, the music. I thought was absolutely great in it, and yeah, it was just a bizarre experience for me as a kid to sit down and watch this movie. But yeah, over the years, there's so many things in this movie that I never really noticed before. So many little details, little fine, finicky things going on in this film. But yeah, I really enjoy it. I really have a great time with the music. The aesthetics of the movie, the way it looks, is great and really unique. The cast in this is great. You've Susan Sarandon, Tim Curry, Meatloaf, Richard O'Brien. Yeah, there's just a whole plethora again of fun cast of characters in this film, and the movie's just absolutely bizarre, and you're either going to love it or you're either going to hate it. But yeah, it's one I really enjoy. It's bonkers and it's a load of fun. So yeah, that is my number 6 pick, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. So coming in at number 5, guys, we've got Dario Argento's Deep Red. Yeah, fell in love with this movie the first time I watched it. Just another great injection into the Italian horror genre. Fantastic movie. Really enjoy this one. Really creepy, really eerie. It has possibly my favourite, scariest doll in horror cinema. I just think that thing is absolutely terrifying. The noise it makes, the way it looks, it's just really creepy. The movement to it as well, absolutely horrifying. And there's a great soundtrack in this as well by Goblin. It's just absolutely eerie. This is probably tied for me with Suspiria as my favourite Dario Argento movies, but this is the great thing about Argento movies, is that everyone's going to have a different favourite movie of his, and the lists can be back to front when you compare them with someone. And yeah, Deep Red for me was just a great experience, and just overall had a blast with this one. So yeah, that is my number 5 pick, Dario Argento's Deep Red. So coming up next at number 4, we've got a movie with Sean Connery, Michael Caine and Christopher Plummer, and that is The Man Who Would Be King. I had such a great time with this film. I was really hyped going into this movie and just thinking, I'm going to get to see these two powerhouse actors in Sean Connery and Michael Caine bouncing off one of each other, and the movie just didn't disappoint me. I'd heard great things about it going into it, and yeah, by the end of it, those expectations were met, and I just had a fantastic time with it. Really awesome premise to this one as well. So you've got Michael Caine and Sean Connery as these two soldiers who stumble across this civilization before, and they've never seen a white man, and they think that Sean Connery's character is this godlike figure, and he rolls with it and takes advantage of it, and the movie just has these consequences for these decisions that these characters have made. And it's just a really awesome movie. Really enjoy this one, and it doesn't get talked about a whole lot, but I think it's fantastic. So yeah, that is my number 4 pick, The Man Who Would Be King. So coming in at number 3, we've got Al Pacino and Sidney Lumet's Dog Day Afternoon. Such a fun movie. Really enjoy this one. So you've got Al Pacino, who's pretty much taking part in this bank robbery, and the whole robbery was planned to go smoothly, no problems at all, an in and out, quick job. But everything that can goes wrong does go wrong for them, and it just escalates, it gets out of hand, and the whole thing just turns into an absolute circus. It's just a brilliant film, brilliant performances in it, and it's one of my favourite Al Pacino movies. I love the ending to this film as well. I just think it's so great and suspenseful, and I just really, really enjoy this one. Yeah, the movie's a lot of fun. So yeah, that is my number 3 pick, Dog Day Afternoon. So just missing out on the top spot. It was really hard to decide between these two movies because I think they're just two well-made movies, and they could be number one on anyone's list. They're just absolutely fantastic. They're interchangeable for me. But I went with this one at number 2, and that is Jack Nicholson in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Yeah, just a brilliant film with an amazing cast of characters. So you got Jack Nicholson as McMurphy, who's given the choice of either going to prison or this institution for the mentally challenged, and yeah, it just escalates into his character intertwining with these other characters, and the friction he has with Nurse Ratched, who's just one of cinema's greatest villains that you absolutely hate. She is such a horrible bastard, and yeah, she's just played brilliantly by Louise Fletcher. Totally worthy of her Oscar win as well. This movie absolutely swept, and I think it won the Big Five, and rightfully so. It's brilliant. The ending to this movie as well is absolutely heartbreaking. But you like to see Murphy win and beat Nurse Ratched when he does and when he can, and he just gets the best of her. But sadly, she gets the best of him at times as well. But it's such a fantastic film with just a great cast, a great premise, and everyone acting in this movie is just giving it their all. And yeah, it's just a brilliant movie. So yeah, that is my number 2 pick, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. So coming in at number 1, guys, it had to be between this and Cuckoo's Nest for me. But yeah, coming in at number 1 is Steven Spielberg's Jaws. Yeah, just a fantastic movie. We got films from Spielberg before, like Sugarland Express and Duel, but this one for me really cemented him. This was the first big blockbuster of the time as well. This movie kind of killed the new Hollywood wave of movies that was happening. This was the first big box office movie when sort of cinema became about making money, and people were really taking note of the figures that movies were bringing in, and it was all because of Jaws. It just really cemented that, and it's just a brilliant executed movie. Obviously the movie is about a shark, but what makes the movie great and elevates it to another level for me is the family aspect of the movie. Just Chief Brody and all the stuff with his family is just absolutely great in this film. He's just dealt with this horrible dilemma of what to do being in charge of this beach, and how to police it properly, and how to keep people's safety as a paramount objective. It just handles it so well. It's brilliant. The supporting cast as well is great to the main 3 leads. Richard Dreyfuss and Robert Shaw are also brilliant in this movie. It's Jaws, guys. I don't really know what else I can say about it. It's just an absolute staple of a movie, and it's a brilliant film. One of the best films ever made. The execution of it is top notch, and yeah, Steven Spielberg really did us a favor with making this movie, because it's brilliant. It's Jaws. So yeah, it's my number 1 pick of 1975. So yeah, there we go, guys. That brings us to the end of the list, guys. Yep, gonna leave the video there, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this one, and hope you let me know if you agree or disagree with some of my choices. But yeah, these are my top 10 favourite movies from 75. So yeah, gonna leave the video there, guys, and say thanks very much for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.